Hey, what's up, Sonny?
But before I get in here and watch these kids, for my brother, I wanted to come to y'all, talk to y'all about some real live stuff, like some relationship goals. I see down my timeline all the time. Relationship goals. Be comfortable um, being single for right now. Don't be in a rush to rush it because you just never know what the other person's motive is or how you're going to take things, especially if you haven't healed from a past relationship or a past experience. You got to first work on yourself first before you decide to be in a relationship. uh, you got to figure you out first. Figure out what you will and what you won't uh, withstand or take, whatever way you want to call it. um, Figure out you know where your true happiness is, because can't nobody else make you happy. You have to be you have to figure that out yourself, where your happiness is, where it lies. uh, and I'm just saying that, I'm giving advice because I had to do this myself. I had to really figure out what it feels like to be alone, to abandon everything, to let everything go, to really figure out where my true happiness is and uh, where it lies. I always talk about it, but this, like, I talked about earlier, my Job season. Uh, I've endured that Job season, and and it's like it's been nothing but blessing on top of blessing. It was tough, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It was very tough, but I had to abandon everything. I had to lose everything to get to this point now, to where I know where my true happiness is. Uh, and my happiness is not in man, or when I say man, like humanity. Uh, my happiness lies with my calling and with myself. I know what makes me smile when I get up in the daytime, or when even I'm in a relationship. I know that, and I can share that with my mate, whoever that is to be. Whoever uh, God has ordained for me to be with. Um, to the men and women, when it comes to getting in a relationship, please make sure that you are dedicated to this relationship, dedicated to your partnership. The time is now, man, to actually do what we say we're going to do. The time now is time for change. You know, to show these babies, these kids, if you have kids, or if the relationship that you get in, a woman has kids or a man has kids, is to show them what a relationship really looks like, and how we can keep whatever we're going through away from y'all, to show y'all nothing but love in front of you, and not argue in front of you or fuss and fight. um, show these babies what a true partnership is. But first, you got to know yourself, where your happiness lies. But these kids, they need to see that, because a lot of broken homes have they've gotten stronger, but a lot of people are still dealing with those. Uh, what do you want to call them? Broken or generational curses or cycles? Let's call it that. Of what happened to them in childhood. And this is what we have to show them. We have to protect them. We have to show them the way in life. We have to guide them, and we have to be an example of that. Like, whatever you're telling them, you should be showing them in your actions. Another thing, men and women, when it comes to being committed in a relationship, the strongest part of you is going to be when you're not around your mate, when you're not around your significant other, your partner. Like, how strong are you? Are you gonna be that strong to where somebody try to holler at you, you don't holler back? You don't get nobody's numbers or nothing like that. Like, That's gonna show how strong you are. It's not what you do in front of them, it's what you do when they not looking. It's what you do when it's darkness, when it's behind their back. That's gonna show how strong you are when it comes to a relationship and how committed you are. And while I'm talking about this, that is where in the beginning of my relationship, I wasn't strong in that season. I wasn't, especially when it came to venting to other people about my relationship. That's another thing. Keep your problems, keep whatever you're going through to yourself. If they really not steering you in the right direction, if your mate ain't cool with it, or if they don't know them, do not, I repeat, do not just start venting to everybody or family, because it could be very toxic. It could be very detrimental to your relationship. So make sure that when you get into a relationship, you go all in, man. You go all in with each other. Indulge in those things together. If your woman like to sit around and watch movies, or she want to go work out, walk, or whatever, it don't matter. Go do that with her. Women, if your man like to play the game, or he like to play spades or dominoes or whatever, learn that with him. Do that with each other, so you don't have to go and find that with somebody else. And also, you can't take breaks. You can't take breaks from one another, but make sure during your break you let your mate know where you going and what you doing. So that way you don't leave them to thinking, oh, this person is going to go mess with somebody else or whatever. You just never know where somebody's mind is going to go at. So you want to be trustworthy and truthful and honest. You want to communicate. Communication is key. Man, I got a lot more to say, but I got to get in here and watch these kids. Man, I love y'all. Blessings to y'all. Knowledge.